He's in a bad mood. He's not talking to anybody today.
What is this? The silent treatment?
We've seen that, and this is not that.
Definitely not.
This is worse. Prime, make something of yourself. He's pissed.
You were the one who taught me freedom is everyone's right. Stay behind me! You die! I will retrigger that pillar! You'll have to go through me!
Hey, it's Nick, and welcome back to the channel. And before I begin, I'd like to say, certain percentage of you guys that may or may not appear on screen are not currently subscribed, so please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. You can unsubscribe at any time. Hey, this is Editing Nick. I would also like to say that this is my 600 subscriber special video, apparently. Thank you guys. Anyways, back to the video. This has been a long time coming because 4 years ago, not to the day, I don't remember when it was, I'm pretty sure it was in May though, I made my first big scale Optimus Prime. Anyways, here he is in his truck mode. He looks pretty good. Kind of hard to see the front. He has the little metal bars there. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the few LEGO Transformers builders that have actually put in these turn signals. I'm pretty sure that those are turn signals. They look like amber lights on pictures of the truck I've found. He's got the grill. I'm not really proud of the way that section looks, but whatever. Decided to go with lights in that style, but whatever. The proportions are pretty good of the truck mode. The distance between the sleeper cab and the fender and wheel section should be a little bit further. Like the back wheel should be like a little bit further out here, and there should actually be like a toolbox there. But like, whatever. Also, something I want to say, shout out to Student Scissors. For this design up here, he used a technique like this for his smokestacks. It works really well from what I'm going for. Anyways, I'm pretty sure this is one of my first Optimus Primes to have a proper trailer hitch back there. I think it looks good. From the back, it's pretty messy. From the back, he can roll pretty well, but this wheel doesn't touch the ground. Anyways, here's Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime's vehicle mode compared to a minifigure. I'd say that's about minifigure scale. It's close. And plus, like when you put them on the side there. Oh, something else that I forgot to point out. If I move the window out and not break that off, but whatever. Stay tabbed in. The door opens, but the window stays behind. I think it's cool. Doesn't hinder transformation, it's just there. Here he is compared to R2-D2. He is compared to Big Fig. And Cyberverse Commander. There's a specific name for this Optimus. Lunar Fire is what's coming to mind, but that's one of the Voyager class ones. Someone in the comments knows and will correct me. I gauged the proportions on pictures as well as this, because this is like my best proportioned Optimus Prime toy. Here he's compared to Studio Series Dark of the Moon Optimus. Looks pretty good. I don't know. Not a big fan of the Studio Series Prime, if I'm being entirely honest. There have been better Voyager Primes. He is compared to, who is it? Supreme Class Ultimate Optimus Prime. He has the trailer that transforms into, he has a trailer that transforms into the mech suit. Should have done it the other way. Put him behind. Doesn't really help. They're actually quite similarly sized, it appears. That's kind of cool. But yeah. That is about it. There is Optimus Prime's heavily modified Peterbilt 379. I want to say 379, but I'm not entirely sure. It sounds right though. But yeah, that has been his truck mode. And now, onto the part I'm not looking forward to whatsoever, the transformation. So I'm going to try to keep this all in frame for you guys. It's going to be sped up as usual, but yeah, on the transformation. yeah, he looks pretty good, I think. Now, I think it becomes a little bit more apparent that I used all black for the windows and the doors. I think it looks pretty good. And yeah. So let's just lift him up so you can see his legs. The parts of the sleeper cab, as usual, end up on the legs. Here are his knees. They actually, this time, slide out just so it lines up better with the thighs up here. Here are his feet. I want to just like take a second to like look at that. Looks pretty good. Oh wait, you can slide these in. Forgot about that. Looking at the back of the feet, like my previous version, the step boxes or whatever, those boxes end up on the back of the legs. They're the back, or the back of the feet rather. Back of the legs have the panels. He has the trailer hitch on his butt, sort of where it's supposed to be. It should be a little bit higher up. He's got the fenders there. They're not in like the orientation that they should be, but they're on the part of the robot that they're on the part of the robot that they need to be by, so I'm not mad about that. The gas tanks collapse just a little bit, and they have something a little bit more special going on there. He's got the panels there. The smokestacks, they're a little bit further away from the head than they should be, but I'm not worried about that. He's finally got those little like vent things. I think they're also steps on robot mode or on truck mode. It's bothering me. The wheels actually angle at the angle that they're supposed to angle at. He's got the Dark of the Moon abs. And so something that really made me want to start working on this guy in particular was looking at my previous version's forearms. They were 2x6 at minimum for the tile and 2x7 at max. Like that's the biggest that they got, which was too big, I think. These ones, the back of the forearms, back of the forearms are a 2x4 and a 2x5. It's a lot smaller, and overall makes him, like, I think, look better. Overall. This tile is just not working with me here, and his chest pieces are a little bit loose. Is my phone gonna balance on the stand? No, it's not. But yeah, articulation. He's got a T-joint at the head, so he's got a swivel. And you can look up and down. You can adjust these, the little wind vanes. Well, not you specifically. I'm not going to do instructions for this guy. The truck window sections are on ball joints, so they can like move around at whatever angle. He's kind of got the Dark of the Moon angle, because like the 2007, it's more this angle. And then the Dark of the Moon, it's almost like a 90-degree angle. It's kind of absurd. He's got a ball joint in here. Oops, I'll just take this off. You can angle this whichever way you want, as well as this. He's got a ball joint here, mostly for rotation. And he's got that there, and it's double jointed. He's got double jointed elbows, which is pretty good. Ball joint, individually articulated fingers. Pretty standard for my Optimus Primes. Is that gonna stay in place? He's got big ball joints in the legs. This wheel is articulatable. This one doesn't move. Movable knee pads. He's got ratcheted knees that can get a little bit under 90. But if you rotate at the knee, he gets a little bit more. He's got ball joint at the ankle, big ball joint. And you can also use that as like a rocker, and you can move the toes in some positions. So, this is my first Optimus Prime that doesn't use the Mixel toe balls. Come on, stay in place. Doesn't use the Mixel toe balls in the legs, like, at all, which is pretty good because he's very stable. Like, if you can get him standing on his feet balanced, he's not going to fall over, which was a problem with my previous version. Even if you stood him correctly, the knees might just give out. Same thing with the ball joints in the thighs. I think it's time to do some comparisons. Here he is next to a minifigure. I'd say that looks pretty good. I'll put him up there. Does that look good? Is that how big he should be? Astromech, R2-D2. Works for me. Here he is next to a big fig. Oh, that one's actually... Wait. That's kind of in shot. There's that. He's next to Lightning McQueen. Oh, he stopped him. Unfortunate. Next on to the Optimus Primes. Dark of the Moon. Commander class guy. That works for me. I don't know what I'm looking for there. Studio series. So my Optimus is like about leader class. Like old leader class. And he is compared to... I'm just going to back him against the wall. Yep. Looks good. So I don't know if you noticed in the transformation, but there's a certain part of him that kept falling off that's on his backpack, and that is, work with me, these sections can come off entirely on purpose. They're on weak joints for a reason. That is because this is a Buster Prime, like my Age of Extinction Optimus. I'm trying to remember how to do it. I just did this recently, so oops. That needs to spin all the way around. Oh, that was not in frame, even remotely. Can spin backwards. So this is based off of the cannons that he uses in the 2007 movie, as well as Revenge of the Fallen. I don't remember if he uses them in Dark of the Moon. I think he uses one of them once in the final battle. But I decided that I could make them, so I was going to. I think this is like the only Optimus Prime at this scale. This movie class Optimus, or this Bayverse Optimus that has the Buster Cannons in Lego form. Am I the first person to do it twice? I believe so. Rotate that way. So yeah, there they are. There are his guns. So I decided that I would use the entire panel, because if you look at some screen caps from the 2007 movie as well as Revenge of the Fallen, when he uses these guns, there is a bit of blue on them. Come on, work with me here. Oops. You're hearing oops a lot this video. Take a shot of, let's say, apple juice every time I say oops when something breaks. They look pretty good to me, so whatever. Just gonna take that off of there. Take that off of there. Now onto some proper weapons. He has his this is a Dark of the Moon Optimus. So he has his axe. It attaches on the thumb there, using that clip. This is the same design that my previous one uses. He's also got his energon hooks. For these, you remove the hand and put the hook on there, so it can be facing this way or that way, whichever way. And then he's got his two energon swords. Now these are a little bit different than they were before. This time they attach on the forearm itself, not the hand, which is, if I'm trying to remember, I think it's like attached to like the back here. And he also has his ion blasters from the previous version. I also made a cube and a little matrix that can just, never mind, it fell out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to check out my other videos, and remember, till all are one. Goodbye.